Hi everyone, my name is Christina. God, Yahweh, has actually put it on my spirit to do my testimony. He has pressed upon me to do this testimony for about 3 years now. I've been saved for going on 4 years. 3 or 4 years. Okay, so I started out growing up in the church with my grandmother. I was an usher. I went to church every single Sunday. I went to vacation Bible school. I went to Wednesday Bible studies. Grew up in the church. Throughout the years, I felt like something was missing. I decided to go on my own path, and it wasn't good. So let's get started. Maybe around the age of 15 or 16, I started having questions about, like, is Christianity the way? What about Islam? What about Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, everything? I could not settle on any right answer. So then I started looking into like Black spiritualism. I had decided that I was going to read the Quran, read the Bible, and study Hinduism, study Buddhism. I was going to do that for at least 1 year. Never did it because God knows the girl was lazy. Yes. So maybe like my senior year of I'm not going to say senior year of high school. Maybe when I was about a freshman in college, I believe. Maybe, I'm not going to tell y'all the year. But when I was a freshman in college, I came across a documentary called The Secret on Netflix, sorry. And the documentary at that time changed my life. I was so moved by using the law of attraction, the universe, asking for things from the universe and just believing it'll happen and it'll happen. On the documentary, they would say that they had like blank checks and you could just cash the check to the universe or something. And y'all, I was doing that, okay? I literally went to my printer and printed out like 9, because it was 3 on a page. So I think like 9 or 12 checks. I put $50,000, I put $60,000, I put $1 million. I said I'm gonna win the lottery. That never happened. So some stuff was happening though, and that was scaring me, but it made me feel like, okay, I just need to focus my intentions more, and I need to just hone in on this craft and become more serious about it. Honey, I would get up, use the restroom, shower, brush my teeth, wash my face, nibble on a little piece of food, and try to manifest. And that was it. I wasn't going to class. I was like, what do I need class for when the universe is going to meet my every need of food? Playing foolish games. So, I ended up having my daughter in 2015, and I was still doing law of attraction pretty much the whole time. But when I was pregnant, I don't think wasn't really doing it. No. Because I just wanted I wanted money. I was only using law of attraction for money. I used it for really nothing else. I can't think of, opportunities, things like that for money. Then after I had my daughter, I was like, wow, I've dropped out of college at this time. My junior year, dropped out. I was like, you know what, what am I going to do? What was my backup plan? Christina, you're focused on this law of attraction point of view, and you don't really have anything else. So I went and I asked the universe for I think a job paying $60,000. And at the time, I wasn't making, I was doing like temp work and little miscellaneous jobs, and I wasn't making 60,000. The most that they would have given me at another job would have been maybe like 50 or something like that. So I wrote this down on a sheet of paper. I was like, universe, I want a job paying 60K. This was like 10 years ago. A job paying 60K. I want a job that I will have a lot of stability in. I don't want to, because I'm used to temp jobs, right? I don't want to just work a job and okay, they no longer need me, and now I'm back on the path of finding another job. So anyway, I said I want the ability to move up, move around, whatever. Like preferably in the government. Y'all, I don't know how, I don't even remember ever applying to this job in the government that I ended up getting. I do not remember applying. I had an interview. I do really good on interviews. The interview was trash. I don't even know why they called me back. They ended up calling me back that same day and offered me the job for my trash interview. It was one of the worst interviews I've ever done. I've had like 2 bad ones, and that was one of them. And they called me that same day. Hey, we would like to offer you the position, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Because of the part of the government I was in, it was a 3-month background check. It was like a secret clearance type situation. I've never been arrested. I've never had a criminal record. I've never had any issues at all. My background is squeaky clean. So at the time, I'm like, okay, well, that's nothing, whatever. So they went over. I ended up getting the job. Everything was fine. Y'all, HR called me and was like, hey, we just went over your last pay stubs. Like, how much are you looking to make? Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, I'm flexible, because I was really young, y'all. I was really young. I was the youngest person in my division. So I was like, oh, I'm flexible. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Like, pay me what you want. At this point, I'm desperate. I'm a single mother at this point. Yeah. I was a single mother. It was a lot going on. So, boom. Told y'all I wanted a job with stability in the government, paying 60K. They came and offered me 55K, and I was like, okay, thank you. I'm happy. I'm really happy. They called me back 3 minutes after I said, yes, thank you, I'll take it. And was like, hey, we're going to offer you 60,000. Why? I said, are you sure? Because I was so young, a fool. So anyway, I ended up getting that job. That job put me through hell. It was the worst job I ever worked in my entire life. I love most of the people that were there. I had a sergeant who was a complete psychopath that was harassing me. The person claimed to be like in the church, and she was a psychopath. She was completely like something I've never experienced in my life. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, the amount of harassment I was getting from her and 2 other higher ups that were friends with her. It was crazy. So I'm not going to dwell into that. I'll tell y'all about that experience another day. But that job took me through hell. It paid what I wanted. I had great overtime opportunities. But after about a year, it became hell for me. It became absolutely hell. I started indulging in trees, okay, if you catch my drift. I was losing weight. I wasn't eating. I was depressed. I was sad. These are not traits of me. I'm a very optimistic person. Okay, I like to be alone. I like to enjoy life. I like to travel. I like to be at peace. I don't like drama and harassment, so I'm not used to it. And I like to give people good energy. because give me good energy back, y'all. We can all have great energy. I don't know, like, I want to have, good rapport with people. I don't want people to look at me and be like, she's a problem. She's a demon. Don't feel that way about me, y'all. I've even been known to be a people pleaser in some aspects. But, like, I love people, okay? And I want people to love me back because, honey, we're only here for a short time. Not at that job. So, anyway, I was not seeking the Lord. I was seeking the universe, whom I thought was God. I thought that my grandmother, who's very God-fearing, been saved for 30, 40 years now, 40 years or something like that now, I thought she was delusional. I thought she just didn't understand that God was the universe and that she needs to stop putting God in a box. Honey, I thought I was Oprah. Girl, what? Why have people been talking about God for all these years and he's just the universe? Get it together, Christina. But that's me saying it to my younger self. Then I see all of these red flags. And so, boom. Where was I? I'm talking to the universe, super demonized. Okay, I'm meditating. I'm trying to find ways to, I don't know, get her off my back. All of this is witchcraft. So I'm not saying that I'm lighting candles and writing her names down or anything like that, but I'm asking the universe to, like, have her leave me alone. And the universe is Satan. So that's witchcraft. So anyway, God pressed upon me, and it was God. It wasn't the universe, because I never heard from the universe. I just was talking to the universe myself. I don't know how to explain it. God pressed upon me to resign from my job. Mind you, it's 2021. I had been there for over 3 years. No, 3 years on the dot. Okay, I came on June 18th, 2018. June 10th, 2018. And I literally resigned like June the 9th or something like that of 2021. Whatever Friday was before that date, I will have to look it up. So I ended up leaving like June 18th or June 19th or something of 2021. God told me to resign. He told me to give a 2 weeks notice, resign. And I'm like, God, are you sure? Because I don't got no backup. And the way I'm feeling, I don't know when I'm going to go back to another job. I'm traumatized. But I know it was God because it was peace. As soon as I said, okay, God, and I did not push back because I said, these people are out to kill me. They're out to destroy me somehow. Like, I'm a little spiritual, but I'm not, at this point, I'm a little spiritual, but I'm not really understanding darkness, light, Jesus, angels, demons, devils. I'm not understanding any of this stuff. So, but in my spirit, I'm like, I'm gonna die if I stay at this job. I don't know why I was feeling that, but I'm like, something's gonna happen to me. Like, I don't know. I'm not getting any good feelings. And so I resigned. Follow me. The person that was harassing me resigned as soon as I put in my resignation. They also resigned after they'd been there since the 80s. They retired, came back, because in this job you can retire and come back and just get like a third check from retirement plus your 2 checks, a month, every other, bi-weekly. I resign. You resign? What craziness. My supervisors, they loved me. They were like, girl, stay. Like, we had got 2 more civilian supervisors, black female, loved them, super nice. They were like, don't leave, like, stay. Is there anything we can do? Is there anything? But it's like God had pressed upon me, like, no, you're done. Like, nah. Even if they offer you more money, even if they transfer you, you're done. I don't want you there. Not we, sorry. Well, Jesus, God. I don't want you there. You're done. That's the moral of the story. And at this point, I'm still not. I'm thinking that even though I'm talking to the universe, I'm talking to God. Keep that in mind. Because I'm not fully understanding this whole thing. I'm just selfish and trying to get what I want out of a law of attraction. I quit. Immediately felt peace. Immediately started to like grieve my situation from the last 2 years. Immediately started to like, I don't know, unearth things that were happening around me and like how it was affecting me emotionally and spiritually. But all this time I'm still doing law of attraction because I'm like, well, now that I don't have a job, I've signed up for unemployment. It took me like two or 3 months, I think about 3 months to get unemployment. I didn't get unemployment until September. And by this time, like that COVID relief, I literally, the first month that I got unemployment was like the last month that they were doing like that double unemployment thing. Like you would get double unemployment if you weren't employed for COVID or something like that. I literally missed it by a month. That's what I'm trying to say. Long story short, I'm like, well, in the meantime, I'm going to do some law of attraction. I'm going to get me some money from somewhere. Nothing was sticking. So then I start like, because when you look up law of attraction on like YouTube, the algorithm starts sending you other videos. So I came across this girl on YouTube. I hope I can say her name. I think it was like Brown and Bendy or something like that. I think she was like a young black girl who does like yoga and spiritual stuff, and she would like recommend books. This had to be like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. So she recommended a book called Ask and It Is Given. Remember this, Ask and It Is Given. And it's by Abraham Hicks and Esther Hicks, I believe. Keep up. So I'm like, okay, she's going over the book. She's like, yes, this will help you center yourself and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, excellent. I'm going to get the book. And I got the physical copy. Normally I do a Kindle, honey. I'll sit and I'll scroll and I'll do a Kindle. But I said, you know what? No, I'm going to get a physical book. I like a page turner as well. But in my lazy, burnt out, depressed, demonized state, this was shocking that I got a physical book. So when I got off her video, I actually saw another video on like guided meditations and astral projections and stuff. Don't do it. Don't look this stuff up. Don't do it. So I tried to like, okay, so just those two. So I didn't really even pay much attention to it, but I was like, I'm gonna come back to that because that must be like another level. So then the book comes, I'm reading the book. The book is draining me down, but I'm not realizing initially that it's the book. I'm like, maybe because, I'm indulging in the trees, okay? And I'm like, y'all, I'm sorry, my allergies are a situation this whole week. But I'm indulging in trees, I'm depressed, I'm demonized. I have to keep repeating that to you. So I don't even notice where the tired is coming from, because at this point, I was taking about 2 to 3 naps a day reading this book. Whereas before I was still taking a nap or 2 a day. I would like, take M word, which is like that'll be another video. I had an addiction to corn. I would corn, toke, sleep. That was it from a few months. Yeah, for like, a few months. I'm trying to think. I will have to tell you. I don't know if I got saved that year I quit my job or the next summer. But I know it was like August, end of July, August of 2021 or 2022. So I'm reading the book. I'm exhausted. I get to YouTube. In between that, like I watch YouTube videos, I read the book. I watch YouTube videos, I read the book. In between all of this, I come across like astral projection. So I try to astral project, but every time something would tell me don't. Like it would just be in my spirit, don't. I wouldn't hear or experience anything else but don't. And black people in the movies, you only got warn us once. We see you running, we running. I heard don't, I'm not. Okay, I ain't finna be the girl that learned the hard way. No ma'am, no sir, I'm not that girl. You tell me don't do this, I won't. That's why I ain't never steal. I don't do stuff like that. I'm gonna go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Let me just humble myself. Okay. So, boom. I heard don't, kept hearing don't. And I was like, I want to astral project. These people in the comments, because I would read the comments. I'm a comment reader. The people in the comments are like, oh, I experienced this, like some LSD type trips and all this stuff. I'm like, that's going to bring me closer to the universe. Universe, why don't you want me to? But baby, it was God. And he was like, your grandmama is praying for you. She been praying for you like none other, sis. That's the only reason why I'm probably even speaking to you right now and trying to get you. Honestly, God bless Miss Bessie Best. Okay, my grandma, God bless her. Because God knows where I'll be. I'll say that. So I'm reading the book, and the book is like about a spirit guide named Abraham. This is the thing. Spirit guides are demonic. Your only spirit guide is the Holy Spirit. Let the Holy Spirit guide you. Let the Holy Spirit guide you. That's it. Okay, so Abraham Hicks or Abraham or whatever is not a person. He's an entity that Esther would channel. I was so demonized. I'm ashamed. Okay. Esther would channel Abraham, and my behind didn't take that as a red flag. It was so many red flags. Just smacked me upside the face. So she would channel Abraham, and he would like give her knowledge and tell her what to tell everybody. He told her to write this book, asking it is given the book I bought, and to just promote this teaching, promote it, and it will enlighten people. It will help them to manifest stronger than ever, and all this other witchcraft, all this other demonization, all this other occultic practices. Okay, so, and I'm just sorry, I'm shaking this phone, y'all. I've never recorded a video. Like, I recorded one, and I was off of 2 things of caffeine, and I had to. That's why I'm doing this one, because I was hyperactive in the first one. I might insert a clip if need be. Yeah. I'm on my lunch break at work, so that's why I have time today. So, yeah, he's like teaching her that other people can get a spirit guide. You just have to like ask and meditate, and everything you want in the universe, you'll go into like a void, a vortex. And it was like a book full of like these chants and mantras, and the chanting, it was repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're repeating. It's like rephrasing throughout the whole book. It's just you keep repeating. And when I tell you, I would read and I would be exhausted. I would read and I would keep repeating. And it's like, I felt like I was getting hypnotized. It was so weird. I was getting hypnotized, but I couldn't stop. Because the feeling I had inside me was like, stop. What are you doing? I kept hearing like, what are you doing? You don't understand what you're doing. Like, you're being deceived, right? But in my mind, I'm like, oh, that must be the devil. That must be the devil. Keeping me from my joy and happiness. And it was God, girl. So demonized, so evil, so ashamed. So I like put my aunt onto the book. My aunt is also like, we all grew up in church, so she's not into like law of attraction as much. I've been trying to convince everybody to get into it, because that's what the devil wants you to spread, wickedness. That's why I have to spread this testimony, because he's been trying to thwart this testimony for a while. Okay, he's been trying to keep me on mute, but I won't today. No. I gave my aunt the book. I think I either bought it for her or I sent her the link and she bought it. And so she was reading it. And so like every day I would like call her. Well, we spoke every day regardless, but I would call her about the book and just say, oh, auntie, oh, if we do this, that, and the third, then we can manifest. If we do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, the book said this, the book said that. And I'm like, the book is my idol. Law of attraction is my idol. They are my gods at this point. Like, I'm ashamed, but I have to speak that truth. I was using New Age as like my god. Okay, it was more than that. And so we're talking. I'm like, I come across like, I think a Japanese scientist or someone who like was writing positive words on water, and it would change like the crystallization of the water, you know, like love, happiness, and words like that. It would make beautiful crystals in the water under a microscope, and like ugly words like hate and death, it would turn the crystals like slimy, murky, repulsive like shapes. So I would like write positive affirmation. Witchcraft, just completely a witch at this point. Yes, Lord, I was. Oh, that was spicy. I've never called myself a witch before, but I was, clearly. So I what happened? Oh yes, I will write like, I want this amount of money, I want this to happen, I want a husband, I want blah 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 blah. I'm writing all this stuff, and I'm putting it. I had like bought, because Etsy, stay alert on Etsy as well. There are a lot of witches selling things. But like, I had bought some crystals from Etsy. I put the crystal in like a bottle of water, and like, I bought some type of water bottle that like I was able to put the sheets of paper into the water without it becoming contaminated. Whatever. And I would drink the water. Like, the water would be, I mean, the sheet of paper would be like outside of the actual water bottle, but like the words are supposed to absorb. I don't know. Look me in my eyes. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, but it felt like it made sense. Witchcraft. Should not be doing any water, whatever that is. You should not be doing anything. Speak to the Lord. Speak to Yeshua. Speak to Yahweh. Okay, ask the Holy Spirit to guide you. That's it. That's it. Talk to your God-fearing pastor if need be. Talk to your God-fearing friends if you need some advice. I don't know, but don't do anything else. Prayer is enough. Seeking God is more than enough. That's all you need. You don't need anybody in between that. You don't need a universe. You don't need water. You don't need salt. I've heard about that. You don't need anything. You need anything of the sort. So boom. I'm doing like water spells, I guess you could say. I'm looking for my spirit guide. I go on YouTube. There was a video. I'm gonna try. I've never inserted clips and all this stuff. I'm gonna attempt to. If I don't, then just follow my words. It's like a YouTube video on like how to find your spirit guide. And I'm like, before I watched the video, I went to read the comments. Before I watched any of these videos, I went to read the comments first. And I don't know why. I think it was just so I could know how to do it correctly or see if it was even effective. Maybe there were hundreds of comments that I read. I stayed up for hours reading comments about people that met their spirit guides. And like, in those hundreds, I probably came across like 10 or maybe like 15 that were like evil experiences. Like, people were like, hey, I did this and now I'm being haunted, and oh, my spirit guide was evil. They tried to kill me. My spirit guide, and I'm like, they did something wrong. Spirit guide is, a nice entity, and they're here. It's like a guardian angel, because that's how they present themselves, as a guardian angel. So anyway, and then the book, it's like, yeah, Abraham is like, he's thousands of years old. I don't know. However they presented it, it was like he has infinite wisdom and he knows everything. He's just, and our spirit guides are just waiting for us to contact them so they can lead us in our lives and help us with everything. Because I ain't never had no spirit guide before. It's like, what do I need help with? That is so bad that I can't do it on my own. In my mind, I need help with everything. I can't do anything on my own. I need the universe. I need my spirit guides. How have I been able to live this long without my spirit guides? So, boom. I ended up like starting the process I started watching the video, started the process. I heard Christina, like each syllable, Christina. Stop. And I'm just like, universe, you're showing me these things, but you keep telling me don't, stop. And it's only like one word answer. You're not explaining yourself. What's the problem? What is the problem? Why don't you want me to be happy and reach my full potential with this? I want to be a millionaire. Don't you understand? I want to help my grandparents out. I want to do this. I want to blah, 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 blah. Why do you keep telling me stop and don't, but you're showing me the books? Da, da, da. It's like you're contradicting. I don't understand. So, when I take these pauses, I'm just disappointed in myself. Okay. So, in the process of doing the spirit guide thing, I heard stop, don't. So I was like, and every time I was doing this stuff, pretty much, it would be like nighttime. And okay, back up. This entire time, I'm living with my boyfriend at the time. We're married now, but at the time, oh no, I think I wanted to say that. Okay, well, whatever. I was living with my boyfriend at the time. And his grandmother raised him Christian, like mine, but he's not easily persuaded by New Ageism. He's like, girl, what are you doing? You don't even know. Like, God is the way, Jesus is the way. He wasn't living right. We weren't living right, but he knew that. And I was just like, oh, he's so dumb. He's so stupid. He doesn't know anything. I'm going to have to show him once all this stuff starts clicking for me. That's all I kept thinking. Like, he can believe in Jesus for now, but I will always try to convince him he was not budging. Nobody in my family was budging. Everybody's like, Christina, what are you talking about? So it's like everybody's around me is not clicking with this but me. And I'm just like, they're just not as smart. They don't have the wisdom. Okay. So, yeah, that was just a side note. While I'm reading the book also, I like try to astral project. Did I say astral project already? Regardless, I'm going to reiterate. Because again, God said, Christina, don't. No. I heard like, don't, no, stop. Through all of these experiences. So I'm just so defeated at this point. And so like a few days later, whatever, because I probably was reading the book over like 2 to 3 weeks, and it only took that long because I was reading every day. It only took that not long because, like I said, it was draining me. I was exhausted. Like I would be in the middle of the book and just doze off. Like it was taking all of my energy or something. And I'm like, this must be some powerful manifestation. I don't know. But I'm also like losing weight. I'm not eating. I'm just reading this book. I'm like showering, brush my teeth because hygiene is important, okay? But that was it. I wasn't eating. I would like drink water, y'all, and like probably eat a cracker or something. I was not eating. It was like a zombie, a walking corpse, like walking death. So anyway, sometime during this, okay, this is when things begin to shift. Like towards the end of me reading the book, I never finished it. I like got like maybe 3/4 of the way. Towards that like 3/4 mark, I was like looking for meditation because at this point I'm like looking into yoga. I think I did yoga like once, maybe a couple of times, maybe, because I was exhausted and lazy. That's the only reason why I didn't do yoga. But I told myself like once I got my energy up, I was going to be like a yoga master. So a fool. So foolishness. Just my stomach is hurting right now. I'm telling y'all this testimony. I swear it is. Like I promise you it is. I'm sorry. Lord, I repent. Yeah, so I look on YouTube for like meditation, and I come across guided meditation. Never heard of it. Didn't know what it was. So the guided meditation, mind you, I lived in an apartment at the time, and I was home alone. The kids were where was the kids? I think like my stepsons were like in camp or something. My daughter was in camp for sure. My husband was at work. Yeah, it was like camp, work. I was home alone. A rare moment. So I'm like, doing the, ooh, Lord, I rebuke, Lord, I repent. But I'm just trying to show these people with both hands, and I'm like, because I don't know what I'm doing, and it's not like, I don't think you could. I don't remember the video too much because it was like close your eyes, and I've never meditated because whenever I would like, I guess, try to meditate, I started thinking about paying my bills. I started thinking about too many things, so I could never really shut my brain off. It was rare. Like, I don't think I ever was able to fully meditate except for this one day. So the instructions were like, sit on the ground wherever you are, so you don't need to go outside, because I didn't understand that you just need to be grounded, which I don't, again, grounded in what? Grounded where? But I had carpeted floor. I was on the 10th floor of my apartment. I'm aligned with the floor. So like, this is me sitting up, posture out, Indian style on the carpet. So it's telling me to like close your eyes, empty your mind, focus on my words, visualize everything spoken, right? I'm doing this because I'm like, okay, well, hopefully this will give me some energy. I'll be able to figure out my next steps. I'm still waiting on my unemployment. I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to open my third eye. Do not open your third eye. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm listening. It's like talking about chakras. I've heard of chakras because I'm in New Age, but I've never really like indulged in the chakra situations. I don't know. I've never really, piece everything together. I'm just winging it. I don't have a friend that's in New Age with me. It's just me. So, boom. Sit out on the ground. They tell you to align your butt bone. Get your butt bone as close to the ground as possible or something. So I'm like, okay. I'm a walking bag of sticks, so the butt bone is the floor at this point. So anyhow, they're like, imagine a snake in the dirt, right? So I'm like, imagining the snake in the dirt. I'm like, okay, cool. Snake is, because at this point I'm picturing that I'm not in my apartment sitting on carpet. I'm picturing myself outside, unclothed, on like raw ground, which was weird because I started feeling like dirt on my butt. It was weird. I don't know. I was clothed doing the meditation, but it was like, oh gosh, it was so creepy. So I'm like picturing a snake crawling from like, you can't see me, but like from over there or something, like far, maybe like 20 feet away or something, slowly crawling. So then they're like, picture the snake entering your root chakra, which, honey, the root chakra is your butt bone, basically, I guess, because it's like it shows the chakras like in a picture on the TV. So I had like hit one of these, like tried to see, and I pictured this snake going up my root chakra. Mind you, I'm hearing something that's like a snake or rattlesnake or something coming closer. But I'm like, okay, Kristen, you're just super visual. You're just a master manifester. You're just able to conjure up these things or whatever, honey. I don't know. Baby, I lie to you not. As God is my complete witness, I would not be telling y'all this if it were not true and what happened to me. I tried to tell a couple of people. People were like, okay, Kristen, maybe you were just hallucinating. Maybe you was not hallucinating. Was not expecting to physically experience anything. Was expecting to just empty my mind. That's it. Wasn't expecting anything else. Okay? Wasn't looking for anything. I thought that the daggone snake, I'm sorry, was a metaphor for something. I did not know what to expect next. Y'all, I felt a snake go up my back. I felt a snake began to slither up my spine, up my physical back, my physical spine, inside of my back. All I heard was get up. When I tell you I shot up, like a force pulled me up. We both got up together. God pulled me up with a string or something. I was so scared. It was like the fear, the get up. It was, we both, like, God didn't have to tell me to get up because I was getting up. I said, I threw my hands. I said, God. I said, God. God, what was that? When I tell you fear, I've never been more afraid of anything in my life. That scared me to pieces. That scared me so bad. I'm like, I felt a snake. I felt slithering. Then my uncle was like, how you know it was a snake? How you know it was a snake? Sir, what? It was a snake. Okay? I felt slithering going up my back. After they just told me to picture a snake going up my back. I don't know. It felt like a snake. Okay? And I didn't wait till it fully got up there. Because it was supposed to, I guess, I don't know. This is just me now thinking. I guess it was supposed to go up to my brain or something. My third eye and open it. I don't know. But when I tell you I got up and I immediately said, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so scared. I don't know. God, universe. I started talking to universe and God. But I would say both things. I was like, God, universe, take that away from me. I come out of agreement. I didn't even know, like, to come out of agreement. But I'm just saying, like, it's coming out of my soul or something. My spirit. When I come out of agreement with that, I do not want no snake on my back. I don't want no snakes. Nothing. So I immediately, like, turn that off and I get on Google. And it's like, I'll put, like, guided meditation, snake up back. Literally, like, those words, because I couldn't form a sentence. I did not care. I know they're just looking for keywords anyway. Baby, I found a forum. I don't know the website. I don't even remember. People were like, I've been experiencing schizophrenia since I've done this. I've been experiencing, like, hallucinations and fear. I've been so fearful. I've been hearing voices. I've been feeling suicidal. I've been hearing suicidal voices. All this stuff from this forum about, like, guided meditation, snake up back. I said, oh, not on my watch. So I'll, like, turn that off because it still got some level of Christianity in me, like a little bit, because you could be a demon and go to church. Don't play. And I wasn't going to church. Don't get it twisted. I sure wasn't. But I wasn't going to church at this point. I'll say that. I was going to church during my New Age practices. I would take what I needed and leave what I didn't. So I needed it all. But you get what I'm saying. So that was one eye-opening situation, because I'm like, what is happening? I'm scared. So I go back to my book and I'm just talking to my aunt. I ended up, I think, telling her what happened, and I was just like, Auntie, the book is so good still, trying to convince her. She said, Christine, I started reading that book. I said, say what now? She's like, I started reading that book. That book something's off about it. I'm exhausted when I read it. You need to do some more research on the book. And I said, heifer, what? Sorry, Auntie, love you. But I'm like, she doesn't want to do better. She doesn't want to be better. I was so offended and irritated with her because I'm like, just try. Like, you're blocking your blessing. I'm telling her, she's like, I hear what you're saying. I told you I'm done reading the book. That's what I'm done. So you could talk to yourself about it, Christina. I'm done with it. So I was so mad at her. So boom. She's like, just Google, like, look it up, see what, blah, blah. So I look up the book. Mind you, if you go on Amazon for Asking It Is Given by Esther Hicks and Abraham, you will come across, like, that is, I think, a New York Times bestseller or Oprah Winfrey bestseller or something. And it also has like 100,000 reviews where like 99% of them are positive reviews. Last I checked, it was like a 4.9, 4.8 star book. So I'm like, I'm reading the comments. People are like, oh, I've been enlightened. Oh, this helped me so much with my spiritual life. Oh, my life is so much better. Like, I couldn't find at the time, I haven't looked in a while. At the time, I couldn't find one negative review. I lied to you not. And I read hundreds. And they were all positive. Everybody had a good experience. The devil is deceptive. He is cunning. He roars around like a lion seeking who he may devour. Okay? He's a cunning serpent. Okay. So, couldn't find anything. But I kept, but I kept like getting this feeling that, okay, I need to Google like law of attraction demonic. And for 3 days, y'all, count them 3. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Because something in me was like, you don't need to do that. You don't want, that's going to throw off your manifestation. What if it says something against manifestation and now you don't believe it and this is the truth? Like, I was hearing all these thoughts, like, for 3 days. And I just heard this very quiet, subtle voice, but it was stern. And it was like, look up. If you're so confident and sure, look up law of attraction demonic. And it took a lot. You don't understand, 3 days were long. It was a long battle of me saying, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Whatever voice is telling me to do that, you're a hater. God, forgive me. Again, I'm sorry. But you don't want me to be better, blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of these contradicting thoughts. But it was like, if you have nothing to lose, look it up. It won't change anything, right? Like, you know that law of attraction is real, right, in your heart. It was like talking to me like that, like, so what was it going to kill you to look this up? That was the energy. I'll look it up, y'all. I came across a website. I don't remember the website. I'll try to find it. It may be in my bookmarks. So it was like a whole website. And it looked kind of outdated, honestly. But it was dedicated to New Age spiritualism being demonic. I read, like, it was like a long reading. Like, if it was in pages, it would probably be like 20 plus pages. Baby, I'm like, probably like 15 pages. I don't know. I'm like 3/4 of the way through that initial reading. Because the whole website had like CDs, DVDs, conferences, articles. It was so many things on it. But just this one thing I was reading was quite long. When I was 3/4 of the way through that, I started crying. I like felt my face flush. Like, I felt like lightheaded. And I started bawling, crying. I said, God, Jesus, I'm so sorry. Well, I gotta chill. I'm so sorry. Like, I did not know about repentance. Yes, I went to church. Yes, I grew up in church, but I did not pay attention that much. I did not care enough to like fully understand topics and themes. Excuse me. So I didn't understand that, like, God is real, Jesus is real, devil is real, angels are real, demons hate you, the devil hates you. Sorry, y'all. I've been up since 4 this morning. But I didn't realize that like all this stuff was a thing. When I tell you I started crying, like as if someone died, like as if someone close to me died. Like, I'm bawling and I fall on my kitchen floor because I'm walking. I'm like, I think I'm trying to get water. I didn't even know why I was in the kitchen, but I'm walking, I guess probably trying to get some water or something. And I fall like on my face pretty much, screaming. I know my neighbors were probably like, this girl is a psychopath. What is going on? I'm surprised no one called the police. I was like, I'm so sorry. God, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm so sorry, Father. Please. Oh my gosh. Why would I do that? Lord, I'm so sorry. Jesus, forgive me. And I'm like crying. And it's like coming from my soul. Like, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I need God's forgiveness. I wasn't thinking any of that. It was just coming out. Okay, I read and I bawled, like, and I apologized and I repented sincerely, wholeheartedly. So, and you know, I don't know about y'all, but when I cry, I go to sleep. Crying exhausts me. Even as a child, like if I had to get that butt whipped, I would cry myself to sleep because it's too much. So any crying is, I'm going to sleep. So boom, I go to sleep. I wake up. I think because I don't remember feeling too changed that day, because that was probably like evening, something like that. Yeah, it was evening. I don't know where my boyfriend was. I don't know where my daughter was. I don't know where these people were at the time, but it was just me again. Yeah, I started like reading up. I couldn't get enough of reading up on like New Age demonic. It's like my eyes were truly, truly open finally, because I thought New Age was like my great awakening. It was my great slumber. It was the greatest slumber ever. The next day, I woke up feeling like a brand new person. And that's how I know God is real too. Because I was completely changed. I didn't have road rage. I wasn't angry. I forgave people that it's been very hard for me to forgive. Like overnight, it's like I felt nicer to my kids. I felt like I loved them more. I felt guilty for yelling at them or being short-tempered with them. It was like God gave me a new heart, a new spirit, and I didn't know anything about that. I've never read the Bible at this point ever. I had a children's Bible as a child, but honey, I wasn't looking at that stuff. So I didn't know any of this was biblical. I didn't know anything. I didn't know this was possible. I had been like taking L-tyrosine, so many different like powders and vitamins to like give myself energy, to give me focus, to help me with my anger, to help me. Nothing was working. And as soon as I cried out to God, everything aligned. I felt motivation to do my work, stuff that I was I'm not going to say it because the devil's always listening. But I felt motivation to do this thing I was trying to do. Everything. It was like God sewed everything together how it was supposed to be for me or something. The very next day I woke up, I was calling people, apologizing. I called my grandma. I told her what happened. She was like, come over right now, bring the book. It was a whole situation. So I'm going to end my testimony. This is part 1. I know it's long. Please bear with me. I'm going to come out with the second part. This is 53 minutes. So later on today, I will have the second part about like what happened afterwards, because it was absolutely crazy. Okay.